Welcome to an all-new episode of Looks and Wisdom Sundays with me, Oluchi B. Hey guys, and welcome to another exciting episode of Looks and Wisdom Sundays with me, Oluchi B. Please say the B, aka the elusive pundit. Honey, how are you feeling? I am feeling good, and it's only because today we don't have to do research, we don't have to go and to the psychology website, none of that. Like I said last week, today's episode was actually supposed to be an interview episode with a parenting expert, and that didn't work out. Too short time notice to the people that I was asking. And you know, I'm not in zeke. I don't like forcing situations, so we shall not force. I decided to do something light and something fun. I did have a backup episode of calm parenting, but there isn't enough data available on calm parenting, so I didn't want to get into that. Maybe we'll get into that next year. So today's episode is going to be titled Mid-Season Check-In and 29 Random Opinions with Oluchi B. So we have 29 random topics here, and I'm just gonna speak my mind. Otherwise, I hope you guys did enjoy the mother-child relationship dynamic episodes that we did in September. So without further ado, let's get to what we are doing here. So, season 2, T, what did you think about season 2?
Just really informative, bigger and better.
The looks we're giving.
Hello, yeah.
Come on. Shimmy, and the cha-chas were out.
The bar is high.
Okay, so season 2 was very fun for me to do. We started off with interviews. We had Toli, we had Bongega, we had Iana. I did my 33 questions with Oluchi. You guys like that. We can see off of the views. And so, yeah, that was it. That was fun. And in September, we did the mother-child relationship dynamic, which was fun. And so October, we're going to be doing something different. Other than that, me, myself, and I are fine. Like, I don't have problems. Like, the only thing I'm doing in life is working and being around people that I love, my family. That's it. I don't have like problems. Don't have debit order problems. I'm not in a toxic relationship. I don't have fake friends. I am not on drugs. I mean, there are other drugs, but you know what I'm saying. I don't have, like, I always think about myself and how blessed I am to be able to be in this position. And I think that's why I'm able to do the job that I do as a Oluchi. It's just because I cleaned up my life, guys. I really, really worked very hard to clean up my life. And my book, I'm not plugging myself, but I am just saying, my book does actually talk about my winter season. I don't relate to this woman that wrote this book anymore. I mean, she's like seasons away from who I am as an individual today. And if you guys did not know, this flower or plant that I have on my book represents the winter season. So this book represents the winter season, or what we call my shadow season, where I was not self-aware, I was not healed, I didn't even know what was going on. But someone actually spoke to me, I think 2 weeks ago, and they were like, oh my God, Bongi, I'm in chapter 4. I want to give you a hug. You've been through so much. And I was like, girl, what are you talking about? I don't know that. I don't know. I live such a light life these days. My heart is light. What I do is light. And everything that I am and everything that I embody is I, myself, my relationship with God, my relationship with my immediate family, my romantic partner, my sisters, my mom, my dad, my friends, the people that I love. So I keep it very light, very simple. I'm not in debt. I am materialistic. We are living in a material world, and I am a material girl, okay? I love money. Girls, I'm closer though, because, I mean, We love money. Money is very important, but money doesn't define me. Money doesn't make me happy. But we have to work and accumulate money in this life in order for us to survive. So I subscribe to that. I subscribe to, someone was calling me a spiritual baddie. I was like, what the hell is a spiritual baddie though?
You are low-key.
What the hell is a spiritual baddie? I was like, I'm a spiritual baddie, but I am very, very spiritual. I am the best bitch in the block. Okay, Quentin, I'm sorry, but you know. Yeah, but other than that, guys, I like keeping my life very light. What I want to tell people is I do this out of necessity. It's very necessary for me to be able to impart knowledge into people, get my life and then get your guys' life sorted through my experience and stuff like that. So it's out of necessity. I'm not people-facing individuals. I would rather be at home doing nothing. I don't like to be in people's faces. I'm not that human being. I don't subscribe to clout and all of those things. So I'm not that human being. All I am is just a human being who wants to impart knowledge to other people, use my story, other people's stories. I'm into pop culture, always have been, which is why I like using my examples of pop culture and yeah, sorry guys, that was boring, but let's get into 29 opinions with Aloche. That was good, hey? Okay. Oh my god! The first one is Gabza versus Kelvin Momo. Gabza the Small. First of all, I don't believe in competition. I always believe that everybody else brings something new to any given circumstance, whether it's a work environment, whether it's a relationship, whether it's art, genre, whatever. So both go to my head, but different hues.
Who's your favorite though?
My favorite, I love Gabza.
Okay.
Gabza is my favorite. Traditional healers, our Gogo's got 10. The only thing I will say about traditional healers is everything else always gets corrupted by money. There is the realness, and then there are people who are there to accumulate some coins. So traditional healers, definitely subscribe to them, but just be cognizant of who you go to, because you might just be getting negative spirits into your system because you're going to the people that are money-based. And then toxic relationships. Who's ever been in a toxic relationship? Who didn't want to leave the toxic relationship? You were there for a very specific reason. You were part of the toxicity. It is your fault. Don't blame the other person more than blame yourself, and get your own healing and move on from the situation. That was good, right? Miss Universe. We were there at Miss SA 2024. We're rooting for our deaf chick. I don't care who says what. Beauty has to be expanded, and I feel like she's expanding what we categorize as beauty. Nothing against anybody else. I'm not going to get into the Chichi situation. I just feel like that's far removed from what this topic is about. We are here for our South African representative. A white woman. In South Africa, we have white people. That's it. Are you good?
Mm-hmm.
I swear to God, like literally, we are always learning about new technical challenges. Like we literally got shut off just now. During. But anyway, we were talking about time, and obviously I'm going to have to start from scratch. What I was saying about time is that I love time. I wouldn't be the woman that I am if it wasn't for time. I think the strongest testament I have of that is this book that I wrote based on my own life. And sometimes I read this book not because I'm self-obsessed, because I try to improve. And so it's always nice to go back and see where we can improve. And so I don't relate to this book anymore as an individual. The process I do relate to, but this could never be me. And time is very important in process building, in learning how to master. And time was one of the things I had to learn and embrace in this journey as being a YouTuber. I've been doing this for a long time, and I've learned so many things. But what's important to me is time, because I'm learning to be better at the art and I'm learning to be comfortable. The technical challenges were always technical, but we keep getting better. So the old challenges, the problems, don't surprise us anymore, and we keep getting better. So time is important. When I was 21, I was at UJ being a delinquent. I wouldn't want to be that person. When I was 25, I was still fighting for my space in corporate. I wouldn't want to be 25. When I was 27, I was dealing with the worst relationship dynamic. I wouldn't want to be 27. So no, I love time, and when I think about my life and where I'm going, where I'm progressing, I always believe that time is going to put me more into who I am and who I align with. So time is very, very important. Don't take time for granted, okay? Okay. Next, Maphorisa.
Yeah.
The king of crash outs, okay? The Mapiano king and the king of crash outs. Guys, he has given so much to this country. But every industry will always have a monster and the villain. And Maphorisa is the villain of hip-hop Mapiano. We know this information. But there's always a necessary evil to everything. So he's playing his part very, very well. And you need to know who he is so that you can either want to affiliate or you can want to protect yourself from him. But he is goated best producer when he was producing. I don't know if he's busy producing. He doesn't look like he's producing. He's more like a overseer these days and getting the kids in. He's doing a great job doing that. But the crash out king will always be the crash out king. You know what I mean? There's always a necessary evil to everything that happens in life. Solitude. Oh my God. What chapter is solitude in my book? I don't know, but for me, solitude is not something that I have to think about and go and do. I am solitude myself. I spend a lot of my time by myself, even when I was a child and when I grew into my adulthood. I didn't have a lot of friends. I wasn't in the streets too much, and I didn't like people too much. I still don't like being in crowded places. So solitude for me is an important way in which you can self-reflect, better understand yourself and the environment around you. If you're not like me, who's a solitude queen, you can do it sometimes, like maybe once every quarter, just to take stock of your life. So solitude means that you're spending time with your own self and your own thoughts. Very, very important for growth and for understanding of self. Oh, Nigeria versus South Africa. First of all, Oluchi is Nigerian Igbo. I'm South African, so I always believe that I've got ancestors in Nigeria for some reason. And I mean, God gave me the name Oluchi, so I don't believe in xenophobia. I don't believe the back and forth in the social media with regards to Nigeria versus South Africa. I don't believe in all of that. I don't believe in the people that perpetuate that. I believe we are all individuals, and it doesn't matter what border your country is in and around. So this is unnecessary, but also it's very interesting on social media when we fight amongst ourselves, but then when it comes to us fighting the Americans, we're always united as South Africans. So no need for the competition, but competition's always healthy. Orania. So those who don't know, Orania is a town in South Africa where racist Afrikaans people stay and are isolated. Like I said, same thing with everybody who's deemed evil or things that are deemed evil. You would rather know and protect yourself than to not know. Even with racism, I prefer people who are racist towards me so that I can act accordingly than to people who pretend to not be racist. I'm in the corporate space. I know these things. So rather you be direct towards me so I know how to protect myself. So I support Orania. I believe that everybody should be able to be given the choice in life. Yeah. What do you think about Orania?
Hello, no.
Why?
Because you can't be speaking of South Africa out of its historical context, and what they're doing is really, I view it as being wrong. They're perpetuating racism in a way, because what is this exclusion?
That's true. That is very true. I believe that too, but I also believe that people should choose what they want to do. What is it? Freedom of association.
Not in South Africa.
The Rainbow Nation got that. That nigga sold you guys a dream. Materialism. like I said, we're living in a material world. This is material. Everything you can touch and feel is material. So I believe in accumulating wealth. I believe in accumulating funds. I believe in buying whatever you can afford. The only thing I don't subscribe to with regards to materialism is people thinking that they deserve something because they can afford Gucci. Like, hello, just because I'm not wearing Gucci doesn't mean that I'm a less of a human being than you if I'm not driving a Porsche. Like, people let what they can accumulate materially sort of like dictate the type of person that they are. We see a lot of prevalence with people being snobby towards people who have less. I don't believe in that. I just believe for myself, I need to get it. For other people, then they can choose for themselves. America. What do you think about America?
I love it. That's where everything is happening. That's where it's at.
That's true. America is the new Atlantis. It's the new Sodom and Gomorrah. And what that means is that America is what's pushing what is supposed to happen in the world, the evolution of the world. So, yeah, it is exactly that. No hate towards America, but I do believe that the world is moving away from the West, and that's going to continue happening until it moves to the East. But then that's the yin and the yang of the world. Like, things always move in circles. But America is great resource. Thank you for Hip Hop America. What else do you want to thank America for? Hip hop. Hollywood, yes. Again, in America, Kendrick Lamar, first names. Kendrick Lamar, very, very quickly, I know people gave me some help by choosing Drizzy on my 33 questions with Aluchi, but Kendrick Lamar represents stagnancy for me. And what I mean by that is that everything that happens in life has a life circle. It needs to come to an end. And now we are at the end of the hip-hop era as the main genre, and he's one of those people that are fighting for what was, it used to be this, used to be that. But commercializations has taken over hip-hop from the early 90s to the mid-2000s. So everything that gets to be overtly commercialized will eventually find death at the end of the day, and then something new has to come about. So love Kendrick. I think he actually has a song that he talks about the death of hip-hop. He knows what he's doing, but for me, he represents stagnancy. He needs to let it go so that hip-hop can die, so that something else can come about. It's not about Drake, it's not about anybody else, it's about the fact that hip-hop's life cycle has come to an end or is coming to an end. Same thing that happened to hip-hop, same thing that happened to jazz, same thing that happened to Mbaqanga in South Africa, same thing that happened to Kwaito, same thing that happened to Qom. We can go on and on and on. And then death. Oh my God. I love death. I love everything that has to do with death. Not in a negative way, but again, it speaks to what I was talking about, the beginning and end of the life cycle. Like, you start somewhere as a seed, you grow into this fantastic human being, but at the end of the day, you're going to die. And dying just means that you have accumulated as much as you needed to do in life, so it's time for you to transition into something else. I love dying. I have 2 dead parents. No hate towards God. We still process the grief though, but death is just God telling us that nothing is permanent, and we just need to be able to live in that present moment for ourselves. 2-part system. I actually had an episode about this. Never take money out of a savings. Whether it's investment account or whatever, don't do it. So the 2-part, I don't know why the government introduced it, but for me, you poor today. If you take money out of the 2-part system, it means you are poor today. So you need that money. But what you are doing, unless you're investing that money and accumulating more money, is that you are asking to be poor later on. Like when you're 60 and you don't have money in your provident fund, you're going to be wishing you didn't take that money. I do have an episode where I talk about why you shouldn't take your provident out when you're moving in between jobs. And that speaks to the same thing, why you shouldn't take your money out on this 2-part. Jealousy. Jealous. What do you think about jealousy?
Man, it can never be good.
Hello, jealousy is the best thing for you. It just means that you're doing well, that people are viewing you as a threat to their non-existent situation that they are not fighting for. People that are jealous are usually people who are not even sitting in your lane. And if you are feeling jealous towards someone else, It just means that you're supposed to be putting in more weight to what you are doing, but you're not, and you're seeing someone else putting more weight. And if you're on the other side as the person who's pushing weight, and then people are jealous of you, you can use that energy to actually build more, because anybody who's sending any energy towards you, you can transmute it. So jealousy is very important to me. When people are jealous of me, I know I'm in the right direction. When I'm jealous of people, that means I'm not putting enough effort into what I'm doing. That's why I have time to be figuring out what other people are doing. Do you agree with that?
I agree with it.
Okay. The government of national union. I know nothing about politics. I know nothing about politics. T, do you have anything to say?
No.
I have no idea. Like, even if you can explain to me, I probably wouldn't get it. I don't know what this GNU is. I don't know what it means, what it represents. I know nothing. We know nothing about it.
No.
Yeah, we don't subscribe to that. Haters. I'm a hater.
You love them so much.
Yes. Very important, those people. They are fans, honey. Fans! Who just hate the fact that it's you doing it. Again, energy towards you means energy you can use to yourself, transmute, and become better. So use the hater energy. If someone's hating on you, it just means you're in the right direction. They just hate that it's you because they know you personally, or they just hating that someone else is doing it besides them. Manifesting. I don't believe in manifesting in the traditional sense like everybody else, because from what I'm gathering about people when it comes to manifestation, they think they see things in the 3D and they want to be it. I don't believe in that format of manifestation. My manifestation and how life works for me is God tells me and then I have to go and execute. Down to, I remember the first time, this is the first instance, other than when I was a child, as in like a little child, because I was probably like 11 or 12, and I was in a public school in the neighborhood, and I remember God saying that you are not going to be in a public school anymore, and you're actually going to go into, we used to call them Model C schools, and I knew it and I believed it, and it happened for me. Even with coming to Johannesburg, I was planning to go to UCT to do construction management, and God just was like, I remember finding my birth certificate and be like, oh shit, I'm born in Joburg, so that means I can just go again. I mean, I was already born there, and I went and did it. The education thing in my career, I remember when I started my internship, I was still trying to push my career into a different direction, and God was like, stay in education, bitch. And I did. And so I don't believe in manifestation, you see it, you want it. I believe in manifestation that God gives you what your capability is, and you just need to enact that in the 3D. What do you think?
I believe that too, and like constantly speaking positively about the things that you want to achieve, and speaking as if you've already achieved them, basically, and living as if you're already there.
Exactly. It's about that. The people that are successfully manifest are people who are manifesting something that God gives them to manifest. The other people will always be in pain because they see you, they want to be you, but it's not true to who they are. EFF, again, I don't know anything about politics. Mihlali Ndamase, we all are evolving human beings, and Mihlali is in her evolution, and I mean, she's still young, she's in her 20s, we all fuck up in our 20s. She's going to grow into who she's supposed to, or she's always going to keep the status quo, but either way, she's a human being, and we all make mistakes, and we all traumatize, and we all manage life to the best of our abilities. So whatever mistakes she's making are truly her mistakes, and what her learning curves is for this life. Childlessness. I don't believe people should be having children just because, I mean, I'm an old woman, I don't have children, and that's because it's my own choice. I don't believe in being forced to do anything, and I don't believe in children being like this thing that fulfills you and makes you a better human being. I don't. The only thing I believe about life is harnessing that relationship you have with God and yourself, and then if you want to have children, go ahead. But childlessness is whatever you want it to be. And then healing. The only thing I'm going to say about healing is that it's not a destination. People want to heal for forever. like, I am so cognizant of the fact that I never speak about this era of my life, because I want people to know that life is a continuation. So you move through circumstances and through situations. So you shouldn't sit at healing and stay at home. You must just move through things. Healing for me just means that you make a decision and you stick to that decision. And standing on business is the hardest thing to do when you are healing. Like, when you leave a toxic relationship, that's easy. That's called healing. But then actively choosing to not go back to a toxic relationship is you standing on business. And that's harder than healing, which is a decision-making process. And healing is not a destination. You heal during the process. Like, you can't stop life because you're healing. Life moves with the healing process. So I hate when people are like, no, I'm in my healing era, I don't want nothing. No, honey, if you sit in that healing era, you're always going to be healing. So I don't believe in healing as an era. I believe in healing as you find out something about yourself you don't like, you make a decision, and you stand on business. Okay, let's take a little break and then we'll be back. We only have 5 left. Love. Love is... What is love? Love is what the glue that makes us human. That's the only thing I will say about love. I love love. Like, love is the essence of who we are. Like, I don't think there's anything else I want to say about love. What do you want to say?
Nothing.
It's who we are. We are lovers. We are made out of love, and we can only enact that towards other human beings.
It's what we embody.
It's what we embody, exactly. Authenticity. Authenticity is you being true to yourself. I feel like I'm authentic with this channel and how I'm conducting this channel and how I come across every day in my daily life. What else do you about authenticity?
It's the key to success.
It is the key to success. One of the things that Rihanna keeps saying, which I love very much and I embody in my everyday, is the fact that you need to be true to yourself, to be true to who you are. That's how you get to be successful, and that's how you get to keep your success, because you're not acting. It's who you are anyway. Like, we see Rihanna every day. She's enacting the same Rihanna we were introduced to in like 2005. And then, blank. Western medicine. Ooh, I'm in the medical field in my corporate career. I don't believe those people, not even one day. Okay? It's a money-making scheme. Everybody's trying to get rich. Even when I go to a doctor, I think 2 months ago I was sick. I'd never go to a doctor when I'm sick, but I needed a sick note because it was a Monday, and I was like, you know what, I'm not feeling well, let me go. And then this guy was like, on the script he was writing, asthma pumps, all of these. I was like, no. So it is, you need to be careful about Western medicine. Everything that you consume, there could be a defect, honey, because I know everybody's in bed with the FDA. They get their medicine approved very quickly. They send the worst medicine to Africa. No, I don't believe in Western medicine at all. And then money. I think we spoke a lot about materialism. Money is very important, guys. You need money. Kanye West actually said one of the most important things about money. Money is not everything. Not having it is. The Koalas, we're supposed to go see them next week. But we can't go because we have to support our friend Quentin is hosting. But I wanted to go to the Koala Fontaine. What is it? The festival? What? Yeah. We love the guys. I love everything that's new and that's different from how people have been doing things. So the Koalas, yes. What's the car?
What's the car?
And then last but not least, burning bridges. I am the queen of burning bridges. I believe in burning bridges like so much. The same way I believe we are in an expansion, evolution, and everything starts and finishes is the same way I conduct my life. There are places you never need to go back to. Like, I know I will never be friends with my former friends. I will never be acquaintances with my former lovers. I will never go back to the old companies I used to work for. I will never. Like, my life is a continuation. So burning bridges is one of the most important things for me. Like, there's no need for you to keep a bridge open when you know. No. What do you think about burning bridges?
Same.
I am the queen of burning bridges. I will
Literally.
burn. Like, my friend, I was with Bongega, we went to go watch her play at Joburg Theatre. And she was like, no, she's still friends with her exes, blah, blah, blah. I was like, I don't even know what those motherfuckers are. They could be dead for all I know. I couldn't care less. I don't care, honey. Even this lifetime, this corporate company that I'm in, what I'm doing right now, when it comes a time for me to burn that bridge, I will be the first one with Petron, matches. Honey, I don't believe in staying. I don't believe in stagnancy. I believe in active movement. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this 29 opinions with Oluchi B. Thank you so much. I will see you guys in October. I won't tell you what we're going to be talking about, but you guys are going to love it. Thank you, T, and thank you to my crew. You know, we always the gorge. Do comment, do subscribe, do tell your friends. And yeah, thank you guys. See you next week. Yes.